Menzies sale will include a very interesting painting by Andy Warhol, Head After Picasso, painted by Warhol in 1985. At this stage in his career, Warhol was coming to the end of his life, died accidentally in 1987. He was still fairly youthful, but towards the end of his life, Warhol was perhaps conscious that his career was coming to its end phase, and yet he was never anything other than being fully adventurous and very gutsy in the way he approached his art. However, in the period around 1980, Warhol probably became aware of the fact that his work was getting a little bit, he was losing out in the kind of contest, the jungle of contemporary art. His name was established in the late 50s, and through the 60s he became internationally famous for his soup cans and his other very sort of distinctive pop art imagery. But through the 70s and 80s, his work had sort of become, I think people had become a little bit complacent about his work, and Warhol probably was aware of the fact that he had to do something special to maintain his position in the art world. So in 1980, a couple of events took place which probably were quite decisive in his personal development as an artist, and included was a wonderful exhibition that was run in London called The New Spirit in Painting. And Warhol was invited to participate in this exhibition together with a number of very interesting younger artists of various generations. But it threw Warhol in together with the most recent developments in contemporary painting. And it was perceived as a moment when painting fought a rearguard action against the minimalism and the intellectualization of art that had been taking place in the 1970s. So Warhol's response to being a little bit marginalized, being relegated to second place, was to pull the rabbit out of the hat and join a young movement of artists who are using other images, appropriating other images for his own work. And ironically, of course, Warhol was the instigator of this kind of appropriated imagery in 1985, looking about for some way to refresh his work. He revised the notion of appropriating images, and he painted a number of series of paintings incorporating famous images from the history of art, including some Leonardo da Vinci's, some Botticelli's, and, as is the case with our painting, Head After Picasso, a painting by Picasso, who had also taken part in this exhibition. And the result is a very interesting and kind of probably the most gutsy thing that Warhol did in the last 10 years of his life. Now, the painting we have is appropriated entirely from a Picasso image, and yet Warhol's changed it, he's reconfigured it, and he's made it his own in such a way that is only he could have done. Warhol is possibly the center of gravity for the whole art market at the moment. His prices in New York regularly sells paintings for $20 and $30 million. So at that level, this painting seems to be a very good buy.